What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link in the description box. They asked me to put it up. I put it up. This video, though, is entitled Learning Game for People You Won't Keep. Shout out to BMT, Black Male Talk, Josiah. He asked me to be on his panel last night. I hopped on, and he said, "Man, you might make a topic out of, you might have 3 topics out of the things that we talked about." And well, here's one, not 3 though. And here's the thing: a lot of when we talk about game and you know, red pill game, or how to talk to women and women how to talk to men, and how to get this type of person and how to get that type of person. The one thing, because nowadays a lot of people ain't worth a nickel. We're talking about the game it takes to get a person that ultimately we don't want. And what I mean by, we might want them physically, but they're not really a keeper. So we're practicing, techniques to bag somebody for a night, a week, maybe a couple of months, a season. Somebody just to have sex with, to put in a roster. Somebody to use for free gifts and free dates and so on and so forth. But the energy you could use that same energy to learn game on how to actually keep somebody that you would probably want. And a lot of the complaints that people are having about dealings with the opposite sex really have to deal with the fact that you spent a lot of your time learning how to chase people who don't, how to chase and catch people who don't want you. And there was a difference between dating and courting and finding somebody who really was trying to actually be in a relationship. A lot of the game that's going on now is how to convince a person who doesn't want to be in a relationship to be in a sexual relationship with you in the meantime, in between time. And if that's your path, that's your choice. That's the path you're taking. But it seems where people are hesitant is now you don't know how to actually connect on a mental level or a heart level with another human being, because that's not the game that you were seeking. That's not the game that you learned. That's not the game that you were taught. So when it's time, when you at a moment where you meeting somebody that's real and they real, it throws your whole game off. And what was, because I was raised by older people, you learned both games. You learned, how to date for pleasure, and you learn how to date for companionship, right? So when you met, when you met somebody to play with, you knew the game that it took so y'all could play. When you met somebody that you wanted to be with, you knew the game that it took to make sure for you to be with them. And what's happening is, when you're meeting people that you want to be with, you're using the game that you play with, because and it throws, and they're being real and you're being, and you playing, and you want them to accept that that playing is all you know how to do. And this is how a lot of times this is how players wind up losing, whether they men or women, because at some point in time when you playing and you in the game, you're gonna meet someone who gonna want to make you put down the game, and where the player games and being a player is just gonna stop. You gonna meet somebody like that. It's inevitable. The thing about it is, what are you gonna choose? Like, are you gonna choose to put down the game? And some people do, and some people, the player tactics are the only tactics they know, so they wind up blowing up that opportunity with somebody that's real, because they don't know the techniques, you know. And sometimes some of the techniques are definitely nowadays considered tricking or simping. And that's the thing. You have to be vulnerable enough and open enough to take the chance that you might be tricked or simped. You know, because you're going to take the same risk, a same type of risk, when you being a player. You don't know if this person is going to be down for the game you playing, or they're going to be insulted, or you know they're going to Me Too you, 5 years or 3 days from y'all encounter. So you got to be able to roll with the punches. And but the thing is, what do you do to keep these people? Old people say, the same thing it took to get your baby hooked, you're going to have to do the same things to keep them. And the thing about game is, the game is old, but the game that they give you is, the basic game is old, but it's new. And what I mean by that is this. The techniques are old, they're repetitive, but it's new because you're always trying it on a new person. So you could literally meet 10 different people in a month and run the game the exact same way, or run a variation of that game on those 10 different people. But because they're different individuals, it plays out different, so it's new to each person, right? But if you're dealing with somebody that's a keeper, when you're running the same game, it's stagnant. They know what's coming. They know because the thing about game has a pattern. Sincerity and genuineness is it's unpredictable. You don't know what somebody who is sincere and who's genuine, what they're gonna say to you or do to you or do for you, because you might not be there when the planning may be different. So it's a whole different ball game. And I think a lot of people, have gotten burned in the past because of that. Because, it's nothing worse when you putting yourself out there, and because somebody is on your mind or on your heart, and you going out there doing stuff for them, and they sit there and they take your love and kindness for weakness and play you for a fool. And that's a major heartbreak for a lot of people. That's hard to get over. But I say this, on the flip side of that, the person who thinks it's funny that they played somebody that was sincere and genuine and real to them, they only laugh at you when they're with you or when they're breaking up with you. When you're gone, they're mourning your loss, because now they got to deal with people that act like them, and they know they're never going to get that back. And a lot of them cherish the day if they could ever in their lifetime meet somebody even close to the ballpark of the person that was real with him. So I'm saying that because at the end of the day, what's going on is, you know, why some of you people are upset that you got the girl or you got the guy, but you just can't really take it any further, is because you've been practicing on getting the girl or the guy that doesn't want you, that you know y'all don't click. You just want them. You know what I'm saying? And the person that you click with, you for some odd reason don't want them. And usually it's a superficial reason. You know, they're not in the package that you think they need to be to keep you interested. And I say this before I go, sometimes you wind up getting friend zoned by the love of your life because you're chasing your superficial impulses. And I've seen this plenty of times. I've done this to people. It's been done to me, where you wind up looking at the person that you should have been with somebody else. And then it's like you kind of a happiness hater, like that could have been us, but you know, bad choices. So we out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Oh, wait. Y'all go get Uncle Rhyme's book. We out.